Hey there, and welcome back to yet another episode from the Nomad Ninja. This episode is going to be slightly different. Less action, but a whole lot of information. As promised in the last episode, I'm going to be talking a lot more about Varanashi Organic Farms. And we're going to be covering varied topics like organic farming, mindful living, and peaceful coexistence. So just sit back and soak it all in.
My grandfather was a founder of Camco, cooperative sector for...
Oh, it's that chocolate.
Yes.
Camco, right? Yeah, I
Yes.
remember that from my childhood.
It was built to empower the farmers so that they get good price for their good price and good market for their produce. It's a farmer society. So from him, the farm got my father got that farm.
Okay.
So this farm. So he's PhD in agriculture, a PhD in microbiology, and my mother, she's a PhD in macrobiology.
Wow.
So both they studied the agriculture sciences, and then came and they stumbled upon organic farming in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. So ever since they've been putting the concept into this farm, and 3 decades later, we have this incredible piece of land with life diversity, all different kinds of flora and fauna.
So everything that you grow here is completely organic?
Completely organic. This farm hasn't seen any chemical fertilizers or poisonous pesticides in over 3 decades.
Wow.
The cycle of life is just springing over here.
Nice. So the soil must be really fertile then?
It is. So what happens is, for millions and millions of years, this cycle has been continuing. So the leaves fall off, the barks fall off,
Right.
and then that's eaten by microorganisms like all these earthworms, the centipedes, millipedes and all. And their poop, it's eaten by microorganisms. And then these nutrients, these organic matter gets down into soil as a nutrient or a humus or organic matter, what we call it. And that's sucked on by the plants again. And then they grow, the photosynthesis happen, they produce food, what we eat, what the animals eat, and that whole cycle continues. Another concept about the farm here is it's multi-crop.
Okay.
There are more than 8 major crops that we grow in different layers. On the top layer you can see we have areca nut. See the areca nut on top? Yeah. So that's the top layer. So right next to it is coconut. So right next to you see the coconut right there on your left side. A little below you have banana. Okay, and you have the pepper vines creeping up over there through the different plants. And this nutrition thing with the organic farm, it's proven. That's why people are ready to pay more premium for the organic thing.
Woo! Yeah. Spicy!
It is.
Oh.
And then we have the god food. It's world's favorite food. Chocolate is made from it.
Cacao. Yes.
So cacao in Latin is called theobroma. Theobroma means the god food.
Oh, that's
literally
where the name comes from.
This is a cacao pod. There are 3 major varieties. They are Criollo, which is our blue blood, and then there is the Forestro, which is a wild one, and then there is the Trinitario, which is like a hybrid. So this one's a Forestro wild variety. So this is a different variety of cacao. It's called Trinitario. So you can see it's narrow and sharp, and also it has ridges around it.
Where is the cacao originally from?
It's originally from South America. Have you heard of the Mayans, the Aztecs and all that? Those guys. There was this king called Montezuma who was loving the cacao drink. They used to make a drink out of it, and he used to drink 2-3 liters of it every day.
Wow.
Wow. So yeah, very nutritious. So I'm just going to pop it open here, and then so you can see opens up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, do you want to take that and put it in your mouth? And
so this kind of, it's so interesting because it's kind of like a mix between like a mangosteen and a sitafal and a lychee. And you would imagine cacao to be really bitter, but somehow it has a very nice sweet taste to it. So something that I've noticed throughout the farm is that there are these small streams running everywhere.
True.
Where's the water coming from?
From the top side. So this farm was initially built. That's when they made these streams.
Like
So
channels.
Channels. The idea is to make the water which is coming through the top of the farm touch as much surface area as possible before it goes out of the farm. So there's a mantra for...
that makes sense.
Yeah, the mantra for rainwater harvesting goes like this: make the running water crawl, crawling water to stop, and the stopped water to seep into the ground. It's called the cacao waterfall because there's a cacao plant right on the...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's a cacao plant.
Oh, this one's really blue.
It is, no? It's a clear pond.
Wow, I can actually see the bottom.
Yeah, there is a reservoir right above us, and this water is sedimented water coming out from that bigger pond, and so it's already cleared out. It's like a natural filtration.
Wow. Also, it's pretty cool that whatever we've been eating the last few days that we've been here,
Yeah,
everything is grown here, right?
it is.
Right,
So we
from
call
the
it
rice to all of the vegetables, everything that's on the plates here at the farm is completely grown at the farm. So that's the best part. Super fresh food.
It is. So the concept of food forest
Yeah.
is something that we love. So this is a patrode. The rice flour is pasted on top of it, and it's folded and then folded on top of underneath banana leaf, and then it's steamed, and then we have this beautiful patrode for our breakfast. So 95% of the food that we eat at the farm comes from the farm. Could be rice, it could be the different vegetables, it could be stuff made from jackfruit, breadfruit, banana stem.
All your vegetables.
All the
beetroot.
vegetables, yeah. Kolokesi, we had patrode the other day. Kolokesi comes from here. Our salads, all the salads we eat in the night, they're grown here.
All the carrots, sprouts.
All those things. So this is breadfruit. It's great for vegetable, for sambars and palyas and all that. Jackfruit has a lot of value over here, and it's considered quite sacred for us because it saved millions of people's lives in here. During the Second World War in the 1940s, Churchill started stocking up food, thinking that
There was that Calcutta famine.
Yes, 2 million people lost their lives because of starvation in Calcutta. But the same thing happened here. All the food was taken away, but these guys realized they can live off eating jackfruit.
Nice.
So yeah, jackfruit, coconut, all these things saved our people's lives. So.
I've seen a lot of swimmers come here, right? So you have a lot of kids coming here to train, and I've seen that it's not just the swimming coaching that you guys give them, but it's like a more wholesome experience where they're also eating really good organic food.
True.
So how do you think that makes a difference in their lifestyle as well as sport?
So I'm sure you've experienced this, is what we are, what we eat.
100%.
Right?
Yes.
When you eat organic food, like I said, the original molecules which have been going around in this world for millions of years gets into the food system that we eat in an organic farm, and that's what we eat. In the technical term of coaching, we call it the microcycle, right? So you know about microcycle, where you break, you rebuild, you get stronger.
Right.
So if we drop the microcycle, then the recovery, because of the faster recovery, and you will achieve your targets. I could push these athletes for 7-8 hard sessions before they kind of break down. And even then, I give them one session off, and they come back and smash the workout again. Every single one human should be a superhuman. They should have this incredible strength because it's written in our code, our DNA. But because the components which are coming to make our body is not of the quality, because of they're synthesized. They're all coming from the factory synthesized molecules, whereas the one originally present in the nature. So in organic farming, the original molecules come through to your body, whereas chemical other way
So it's
around.
unadulterated, nutritious food.
True.
I mean, this is interesting because so many times, people say, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing all of the right things, but I'm not recovering well, or I'm not, I'm not feeling the benefits of eating healthy food. But maybe it's just this, eating processed food, eating stuff that is grown not in an organic way.
Definitely.
And we don't think about it because the packaging always says healthy food.
True. So this is a cafeteria we have where people come and eat. The kitchen's right at the back. Like I said, all the ingredients that goes to the food here, most of it comes from the farm. And Sharade is a lovely lady from here. She cooks food for us.
It's so simple, the food, but it's so tasty and nutritious.
It is nutritious. Yeah, that's the thing. And we stick to the local thing. What is required for this place, we grow that. So this is the Treehouse.
Yes, I stayed here.
Yeah, no?
I'm excited.
Philip Klingspees and his friends of the Treehouse community. You should check them out, thetreehousecommunity.com.
Yeah.
So this is apparently the first one. So that's why the number 1 over there.
Ah, okay.
Devadaru 1.
Nice. And how long did it take to build this?
20 days. They smashed it in 20 days.
20 days is insane. And you think that they haven't drilled anything into the trees?
No, it's just been placed there.
And it's super secure.
It is. And I see the tree growing more happily and better than even before. I think it's the love. Like plants feel that love, and more people stay in the farm. They're like appreciating, oh, this is such a beautiful tree house. This is such a beautiful tree. It's taking it in, you know.
Yeah,
like
people underestimate the power of energy and
definitely, it's out there. Wow. And very clever engineering. So the heavy door over there, wooden door, is so easily opened because the counterweight on the right side. See the string hanging down? So that carries the counterweight. Counterweight. Clever.
I love this design. It's a cute little tree house. Enough space to house 3-4 people in the midst of nature. So how big is the whole farm property?
From border to border, it's about closing to 50 acres. The farm itself is about 27 acres, the cultivated land.
Okay. Oh, so pretty much half is not, you've just left it uncultivated.
Yeah. Okay. So the idea of farm forest works the best in permaculture. A lot of the problems while you do agriculture is the pests, right? So there is different insects, there are different microorganisms which attack, pathogens attack. If there is a forest, it's like a buffer zone. It takes out all the beatings, letting the farm grow by itself. And also the intensity is spread out. But if you just do farming all over the place, cutting down the forest, the ecology is lost, the diversity is lost.
And I know one of the reasons why farmers don't get into organic farming is because there is this belief that they cannot make enough money or they're not getting enough yield.
That's an absolute bullcrap. So what we do is a very scientific way to do it. We get the best of everything. So if you go with the scientific method, the yield is way more than what you get in chemical farming. Sustainability is more. The amount of money you spend on pest control is less. The quality of food, which is more important, which people are not thinking about. Quality of food is 10 folds more, or even, not even 10, maybe 100 folds more, because it comes from a natural source. The yield is great.
So then it's just a question of educating people, I guess,
Exactly.
and I'm sure it's not something that can be immediately implemented. So maybe that's the challenge.
True.
If somebody needs to go from regular farming to organic farming, I'm sure there's a step-by-step process, and it'll take some time for that to be implemented.
So I would give 5 years for a farm which is fully chemical right now, and which is
that's actually not a long time.
It is not. Considering our lifetime, it is not.
Every time that I've been to the farm, I've seen that there are usually a lot of people just helping out.
Yes.
And from all over the world, like I've met Germans, I've met Americans, I've met so many interesting people here, and even so many people from the country itself. And they're all helping out with the farming and everything. So are these guys volunteers?
We call them woofers. That stands for willing worker on an organic farm. It's been around these concepts. The only people with the traveling mentality come here, right?
Exactly. That's true. Like, somebody who wants to come here and spend time is already a little different.
Exactly.
The way they think.
Exactly.
They're not the usual kind of people who go in the set path. So I'm sure you also would have met so many interesting people and learned so much.
Yeah, so many incredible people. We have one of the last remaining knowledge of our ancient agriculture, which is 5,000 years old. The Sanatana Dharma from India.
Right.
We still use Panchanga, the Indian calendar, for agriculture. And there's all these practices where much more advanced. Now, what has happened in this farm is the infusion between that old farm with the modern farms, connected with FSL India, Workaway, and then our Instagram page as well. So this brings up to 20 to 25 volunteers every month,
Wow.
which changes. Some stay for as long as a year, the one coming from abroad.
Yeah.
And we're also connecting with different universities. So they learn this new thing. It's completely new for them. I mean, they've seen permaculture,
Yeah.
but we are a lot more than permaculture. So we're mixing that permaculture with the olden tradition we have and the modern science of microbiology, mixing all together. So they come, they stay here, they work every day for 6 hours. It's hard work.
Yeah.
It's a farm work, but
it's fun.
It is fun.
I would love to do
Yeah,
it.
it's a big transformation.
Yeah.
You stay close to the nature.
Yeah.
You get a lot of good karma. You will rack up your negative carbon footprint thing. So, and then you get fit. Obviously, you get to use the facilities here in terms of adventure sports and all that. Learn new things, meet new people, community building.
Yeah.
I would love to have you also.
Nice.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah,
to-
so if anyone's interested in volunteering at the Varanashi Farms, you know whom to contact.
I'm just wondering, as an experiment, without teaching him anything, he might come up with new forms, no? By doing this every day, falling, learning.
That's the one thing that I haven't done in the farm,
Yeah,
skating.
it's another flow thing. You have to completely let go of your fear and then launch yourself.
Nice.
Shot.
Hope you enjoyed this informative video. I'm going to be back with an action-packed episode next week. It's going to be about a deep water solo event that was conducted in the farm called Psychoblock. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. Stay tuned.